Shalom, shalom. For the Hebrew Israelites come to you week in, week out, prophesying the return of the Most High and His Heavenly Son. Praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles out in New York, the great millstone of GMS. Honors to all Akim around the planet, lifting up the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity. As you see in the title, it says, only the righteous black and brown women will be saved. And I titled it that because I would normally would have put the righteous women of Israel will be saved or something like that. But the Israelites are the so-called black and browns, the Latinos, Native American Indians, and the so-called African American, Latinos and so forth. Those are the Hebrew Israelites by blood, and the confusion in faces that look like the other nations. But I did a video, I guess last week, about how black women will be dying in masses, and got a lot of flack, of course, by the wicked. But they minced and chose what words they want to use to demonize versus tell the whole message. The whole message was to the wicked women. So now that I did a lesson on the wicked women and how they will be destroyed, which is facts, now I'm going to talk about the righteous women, because there is a certain thing of righteous women, but I'm just going to put it in balance. There's just not a lot of them compared to how many wicked women out there. Okay, first give me Zechariah 13, was it 13 and 8, that 2/3 will be destroyed. All right, and then we're going to get somebody else. You can give me that Messiah. Give me Zechariah 13 and 8. You give me Ecclesiastes, when King Solomon said he went through 1,000 men and found one, but he went through righteous. He went through the bitches and found none. All right. Loosely paraphrasing, we're gonna give you the full breakdown of it through the Spirit when the Lord, pull up some scriptures. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, thus saith the Lord, two parts thereof.
Now, it's telling you all the land. It's talking about the land of Israel. Now, Israel got scattered right now through all the four corners of the earth. We are scattered abroad in every nation. So it means across the whole planet. Across the whole planet, Yahweh Shai, Shai, and this planet Earth. This is what it's talking about, because we're scattered abroad. Go ahead.
Two parts therein shall be cut off and die.
So of the Israelites, two parts, that means 2/3 if you do the math. All right, two parts is 2/3. 2/3 breaks down mathematically to 66%. All right, he says 66% of what?
Two parts thereof shall be cut off and die.
So he says two parts, 66%, is just going to die, flat out. All right. Now, it happens to be more of a 7-to-1 ratio. I know researchers say 5-to-4, 3-to-2, all kind of different breakdowns. But the thing is, there's no ever, it has never been and will never be unless the Most High wants to. He has the accurate census. Man cannot make an accurate census of man, because guess what? There's always going to be somebody not at the crib that day, somebody not in the country that day, somebody who was on vacation that day or whatever. They can never get an accurate count. So we go through the count that's in the scriptures. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. So we take the ratio 7-to-1. Now if you want to make it 6-to-2, 5-to-3, or whatever, I really don't give a fuck. We all know that there's more women on the planet than men. So if there's going to be a great calamity, who's going to die? The majority of people are going to die. It's going to be women. Okay? Go ahead.
But the third shall be left therein.
But the third shall be left therein. So he said, out of all the people on the planet, 33% of the Israelites are going to be saved. Period. 33%. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? 66% will die. 33% will be saved. All right? And if you do the whole mathematical equation, it will be 0.3333333337. All right? With the no, slack it. 0.33333333 plus the 0.6666666667, and then you will get 100%. Okay? Go ahead.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
That's why we're going through all kind of shit. we're going through all kinds of trials and tribulations, and ultimately those missiles that are going to be coming drop down and cause nuclear missile and fire, a lake of fire from one end of America to the other end of America. We're going to be brought out of that madness and saved and delivered by the Lord. Okay? So now let's see what the ratio is of men and women being saved.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
So how we accurately break that down? Yahweh Shai, through King Solomon, said he went through 1,000 men. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 600, 700, 950, 975, 988, 999, 1,000. And out of those 1,000 men, he found one righteous man. He went through 1,000 women. He said he found how many? Read it again, so they don't think that we're playing games.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
So he went through 1,000 bitches and didn't find not one. 0 righteous women. 0. Now, does that mean that there's no righteous women? No. He just gave you the ratio of finding a righteous man is 1 in 1,000. The ratio of finding a righteous woman is now an invariable number because we don't know, but it's more than 1,000 women. So we can roughly say and estimate that it takes more than several thousand women to go to look for one righteous woman. I can't say 2, 3, 4, 5 in accuracy because we weren't giving any other number. But if the Lord gives you as 1 in 1,000 to find one righteous man, and then women I couldn't find 0 in 1,000 women, that means, well, damn, it's going to be several thousand women you got to go through to find one righteous woman. So it's harder for women to be more righteous than it is for a man. Thus saith that scripture. If you break it down any other way, you're full of shit. Okay? So now, let's go see if the Lord does talk about righteous women. Okay? First of all, let's go to 2 John. We pulled it up. I got it already. So I'll read that. But give me, was it Proverbs, the 30th chapter, 31st chapter? 31? Somebody give me Proverbs 31. And then you can give me Hebrews, what's it about when we talk about Sarah, and you can start going to your mind and giving righteous accounts of several righteous women and how they were being righteous. You can go to Judith. We don't get all of it because I don't want to make this a super long lesson, but we can go to Judith. We can go to Sarah. We can go to all the other the righteous women that the Most High said there are righteous women here on the earth, man. The righteous women that are here on the earth, the Lord talked about it. He gave evidence of who is righteous and what they've done to be righteous and so forth. Okay? And they'll give you the model of a righteous woman. Right? Because there are righteous women. The thing is, it's just not a whole lot of them. Okay? But we'll show you the characteristics of a righteous woman. This is 2 John 1:1. The elder unto the elect lady and her children, who I love in the truth. And not I only, but also all they that have known the truth. Now, real quick, give me like Sarah, who, if they continue in the faith and continue, you know what I'm talking about. That section. When you get it, let me know. Okay. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 3:1. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
So a righteous woman is a woman who's under subjection, under obedience, under the fellowship of a righteous man. Okay? Or a man, period. Because the Lord didn't say, if thou, O woman, if the man is thus therefore found to be wicked, thou therefore does not need to obey him. It's not a scripture that say that. So regardless of your righteous man or wicked nigga, the Lord says, be what?
Well, this scripture right here, Peter is, let me read it and explain it. That's 1 Peter 3:1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. So it's saying what, man? It's saying you women that believe, If you have a husband that don't, you being in subjection to him, if he not obeying the word, if he not obeying the things that's written in the scriptures, he can be won over, meaning he can start to believe just by your conduct and how you carrying yourself according to the word.
Now notice how he said conversation in the scriptures, and then his brother broke it down to be conduct. Could you click on that word conversation to give them the full breakdown of what conversation is according to the scriptures in the Greek? Because if you don't read the Bible in conjunction with the Hebrew and the Greek and get the breakdown of the true definitions, you do not know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's why we cuss your fucking ass out. And we don't care if you like our rude speech or not, or if you don't like our way, how we do what we do. We operate through the spirit. All right, go ahead.
This is the Greek G391. It's the Greek word anastrophe, which means manner of life, conduct, behavior.
So it's your behavior, your conduct, how you live and move and have your being on this planet. That's what the Lord is talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation, conduct again, coupled with fear.
So you had to have fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and fear of your man. All right? You have to have a righteous fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and your man if you are going to be a righteous woman. Thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who they ignorantly call Yahweh as in Jehovah, and Yahushai as in Jesus. Go ahead.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair.
So not going out there trying to go spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars every week on your hairdo. Now, does that mean women don't do your hair? No. You can do that, but it shouldn't be over in excess and in abundance and worshipped. You know how many women go to the salon once every 1 week or every 2 weeks and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars getting this do, that do, this thing, this perm, this relaxer, this whatever. It's not that serious, man, according to the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool for you to look good for your husband, but the point is, don't let the outward adorning, don't look good for the outward appearance.
That's right.
Look good for the inner spirit, man.
That's right. And look good for your man in the house. Don't be worried about looking good for every other person outside on the planet.
That's right.
God damn it.
It says, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel.
And you already know why we went into it in that video. How women, they're out there showing all their shit, man. They show cleavage, they show titties, they show... Matter of fact, I should not be able to know that a woman got a nipple ring. There's no way I should know. I should never see the imprint of a nipple ring through their nipple. I should never, because now I got to look at that and I'm imagining shit, and I don't want to imagine the shit, but I can't help but see the shit, so can't help me but imagine the shit. And don't say, oh, you shouldn't be imagining that, that's wicked. No, if I saw a dog sitting on the side of the street and he starts to, what's he about to do? He's about to throw up. I can't help but to see it and imagine it because I've seen it before. Oh, you shouldn't be imagining he's going to throw up. He might not throw up. Motherfucker, I see the actions of the dog, and it makes me think of what he's going to do. It's not because I want to see it. That's what happens through the flesh. And you shouldn't. If the Lord said don't be put out there, then put yourself out there like that. Then don't put yourself out there like that. Now in the privacy of your own home, man, let the nipple shine. Go ahead.
It says, verse 4, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, right? So your inner spirit, your mind. Let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
So a woman should be humble, subservient.
That's what you should put on. Quiet.
Does that mean don't say shit? No. One of the things a man likes is to have a conversation with his woman and cuddle and whisper sweet nothings in her ear, and she's whispering sweet accolades in his ear.
Well, that's in Sirach, that's one of the beautiful things, man. A man and his wife meeting together. You know, brothers that don't do amiss, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. You know.
That's right.
It says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of great price.
Oh, wait a minute. The Lord said that's great price to see a woman in order?
That's right. That's
the Most High said see a woman who is submissive to her man, humble to her man, humble to the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in these scriptures, and being obedient those type of women have been through Yasharallah, but just not in great number, but they've been. We got Esther, all right? The grace of Esther helped Mordecai overcome Haman and win the favor of the king to the Israelites to put a decree that everybody's supposed to. Matter of fact, all the heathens wanted to be like Jews because of Esther and Mordecai. All right? We got evidences of Deborah, all right? Being still humble, but being a judge, but still being humble. Barak, the warrior leader, came to her asking, like, what did the Lord say about what the Bam? And what did she do? Did she bark orders? Did she say, Barak, you need to go over there and do this. Barak, do that. No, what she do? She said, well, Barak, Elder Barak, did not the Lord say in this way or that way, this and this and that? Did the Most High say this? All she did was redirect and deflect whatever the Most High said to him. She did not take up and usurp authority. She did not try to put herself as a man and lead man. You don't ever find any righteous woman who's trying to lead a man, because that's off according to the scriptures. And if we tell you this, why are you mad at us? You're mad at the scriptures. Go ahead.
This is Sirach 7:26. It says, "Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman," man.
That's right. And if she don't have Yahweh while Yahweh shy, she's a light woman, and you do not give her your strength. The Most High give not your strength to this woman, man. Give your strength to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh shy. Now the Lord will redelegate your strength to him on down to who needs to get it. Do you need to take care of your woman? Yes. All right. Do you need to teach her? Yes. But that's if she wants to be taught, because that even shows you. Matter of fact, give me. Matter of fact, I'll pull that one up. Go ahead, bro.
Because it said, "After thy mind." You see, and we quoted the scripture about a man and his wife meeting together, agreeing together. This is Sirach 26:14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. How is it instructed? It instructed through her man, through the word, man.
That's right. 1 Corinthians 14:35. And if, that word if is actually the Greek word e or I, which means if, whether, for as much, but it means is a possibility depending on the circumstances and not concrete. That's actually just a regular word. It says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. So man that tells you man shouldn't be, a righteous man of the Lord shouldn't be trying to force this truth on a woman. He should live it. And if that woman see it and wants to inquire of it, she should come inquire of it. Does that mean a man of the Lord don't set up the rules? No. When the woman goes contrary to the Most High and yourself, you can bring these scriptures to her as in judgment, saying, if you don't follow this right here, what the Most High say, the Most High will kill you, which is what that lesson came in when I did last week, because that was all of what it was a warning. All right? But if you be subservient, if you be humble, if you be obedient, if you be loving, then the Most High will be loving to you and will bend his head to you.
Because it spoke about what back in 1 Peter 3 verse 5. It spoke about what putting on that meek and quiet spirit. That's what you adorn yourself with. This verse 5. It says, "For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves." So that's how they carried themselves, in that meek and quiet and loving spirit, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Wait a minute. Sarah called him what?
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Called him what?
Calling him Lord.
Look up the definition of that word Lord right there.
This is Lord. It's the Greek word kurios, which is G2962. He to whom a person or thing belongs.
Ooh, so Lord, I belong to you.
Yep.
I'm yours.
Hey, because Sirach says, he that getteth the wife, getteth the possession. You see?
That's right.
In Genesis, when the Lord brought Eve to Adam, it says what? Man shall not be alone, shall make a help meet for him. That's what the word woman means, a servant.
And that's the definition of pride, to reject this truth.
It says, he to whom a person or thing belongs, about which he has power of deciding.
Oh, Oh, so the decisions come from the man.
Master, Lord,
Master?
The possessor and disposer of a thing. The owner, one who has control of the person, the master, and then we can keep going.
Right.
You know?
So wait a minute. So a righteous woman like Sarah called Abraham Lord.
That's right.
And put herself under full subjection to him and his will.
Yep.
Trusting that he, Yahweh Shai, set up this man to be with her. Because what did Yahweh Shai say? What the Most High put together, let no man put asunder.
That's right.
That means no man or woman. All right? That's cold, bro.
It says, verse 6, finish it out. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. So it goes back to that what? That if. You know? So the same thing as us. It says, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So we're hoping. So that man that endures to the end, he going to be saved. So it's the same with the woman, man. If you endure in these things, you're going to be saved. If you're not doing these things, you ain't going to be saved. Just like if we're not teaching his word, if we're not living his word.
What did Paul say? Woe to me if I preach not the gospel.
That's it.
That's it. All right. So is there more than that?
No, that was it.
All right. So, and back to 1 Corinthians 14:35. And if they will learn anything, let them learn. Ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. So women who get on our comment boards, that come out to camp and talk shit, the Most High said it's a shame. And so if the Most High says it's a shame, what is he going to do if you're being shameful when he returns? He's going to give you a just retribution for your shame. Now, you want to go ahead and think it's a little slap. I said, stop it. Then go ahead and keep believing Esau then. And the Most High is going to give you a sore destruction.
Yep, because if you're not following the word according to as he gave it, then you're ashamed of him and of his words.
That's right.
So when he returns, he's going to be ashamed of you in the face of his father, man. As it is written.
That's right.
I got some.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, because for the sisters out there that do want to teach, you do have a lot to teach, but it's a certain way you do it.
That's right.
All right, so this is the scriptures are going to explain it. This is Titus 2. Behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Okay? It says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet. And if you look up that word discreet, in the Greek, it's G4998, sop haran. It says a sound mind, shame in one's senses, curbing one's desires and impulses, self-controlled, temperate. Okay? So it's about having self-control, not serving authority over a man. All right? So that's the scriptures.
That's right.
You have a lot to teach an aged woman who has been through something. She teaches the young women. Like the brother just read, you learn at home also from your husbands, okay? You teach the women to be discreet. That's
right. And you teach these women to be in order and under subservience and to Yahweh Shai, the scriptures, and the man that the Lord has set over you, period. And if you find that you're with a man who does not believe, you follow the Yahweh Shai, the scriptures, and you live the life. And then when your husband asks, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You say, baby, because you asked me. I'm doing this because God said so to the Israelites. That's the only reason why I'm doing, baby. I don't want to disobey you. But the Lord said don't eat the pork, so I can't keep cooking the pork. The Lord said don't do that, so I can't do that. Now, if you want me to cook it, I'll cook it. But I'm going to cook it and feed you, but I'm not eating it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find ways to and over time, if the man Lord is dealing with that man, he'll wake that man up through your conversation, and the brother already proved that. So the Lord is giving perfect balance on how a woman should be, and we have evidences of that. So go finishing that. We'll just give a couple evidence and we'll wrap it up because we're after over 20 minutes already.
It says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
So he said keepers at home?
Keepers at home.
Okay, this is back to 2 John 1 and 3. I rejoice greatly that I found of thy children walking in truth, as we have received the commandment from the Father. So pushing the Hebrew, you know, you say your Hebrew prayers, Barakatah Yahweh, Call, Ashakayim, or my Yanyam, or whatever. Bless this food. We're going into the Hebrew. We're doing the blessings. We're keeping the Shabbats to the best of our ability. We're not kindling a fire on the Shabbats to the best of our ability. We're doing all the things through the Spirit and teaching and raising up. He said, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets old, he would not depart from it. And those are the things the Lord will have us to do. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it on that.
All right. So just give a couple of accounts. You give an account of a woman, your favorite account of a woman being righteous in the truth. You can give an account of a woman being righteous in the truth and give an example. And I'll give one too. Because we can go hard all day. But like I said, I don't want to go through too many. And while you all looking for yours, I'll finish this. I'll read a couple more in the 2 John 1. All right. We already had 4 about the children walking in the truth as we have received the commandment from the Father. All right. Verse 6, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye shall walk in it. Okay? And we have to walk in it. If you want to be a righteous woman, you have to walk in it, just as the man has to walk in it. You have to be obedient to it. All right? So let's see what the Lord said. The Lord already mentioned Sarah. We mentioned a couple of people. We mentioned Esther, all right, and Judith, Susanna. So we're just going to give you a couple of examples. Did you get Hebrews, or you got? I'll give Hebrews. Go ahead.
This is Romans 16:1. It says, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church, which is at Cenchrea, that ye receive her in the Lord as become the saints, and that ye assist her in whatsoever business she have need of you. For she hath been a succor of many, and of myself also. And that succor means what? She was a help. She was helping the body. That Greek word for succor is G4368, prostatis. It says a woman set over others, meaning what? A female guardian, protectress, patroness, caring for the affairs of others and aiding them with her resources, man. So for the example, when Mary came and poured the ointment on Yahweh body, which that was a great thing that she did. The scriptures even said that shall be a memorial of what she had done. Mm-hmm. But her sister Martha, what was she doing? Martha was serving the men. She was set over others as what, man? Being that succor, being that overseer, being that help. Mm-hmm. You know? Make sure things was done right. Make sure brothers had the water. Make sure brothers had the food.
That's why women who are husbands, the men of the Lord, who house brothers, do lessons with brothers, camp with brothers, and they get to wash the dishes, they got to clean up after them and do things like that nature, and be a helpmate to her husband and those men. That's a great reward for that. A mighty reward. That means that's a mighty woman in the faith if you choose to believe and do so and continue in it. Thus saith the Lord.
Hey, the Strong's definition says that is an assistant.
That's right.
You know, so just like what an assistant would do at the job, she would assist her boss, make sure she can bring him the coffee, the fat, or whatever needed. Yeah. You know? Yeah. That's a woman's role, man.
That's right. And that's our role to the Most High.
Exactly.
That's the woman's role to the man.
Right.
This is Hebrews 11:11. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. She judged Yahweh Bashan Yahushai faithful and her man faithful, and she did it, and the Most High counted to her for faithfulness and gave her an everlasting memorial. Okay? Go ahead. You have some more on that?
In Romans 16:3 now. Greek Priscilla and Aquila, my helpers in Mashiach Yahushai. So what? Aquila would sit and he would break bread with the men. And what would Priscilla be doing? Would she be sitting there, yeah, and the Lord said this? No, man. What was she doing? She was assisting Aquila, her husband, man. So she would go get the water if needed. She would go get, man, whatever that's needed, man. You know?
That's right.
It's in verse 4. Who have for my life laid down their own necks, unto whom not only I give thanks, but also all the churches of the Gentiles.
When they laid down their necks, that means they gave up their own desires.
That's right.
They gave up their own wants, their own, well, I was supposed to be a superstar. I was supposed to be this. I was supposed to be that. I'm giving it up for the Lord. It's the same set sacrifices that the men have to give up for the Lord that we gave up for him. The women have to give it up too, if you want to be called a righteous woman. Now, how many women out there doing that for their men? Being obedient to their men, loving their men. The righteous of them are. And they are out there, and the Lord knows who they are. All right, you have an account?
Sure. I got the Canaanite woman that had the daughter that was vexed with the devil. All right, this is I'm gonna start at Matthew's 15 and 27, or 26. Matthew's 15:26. It says, "But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs." So basically, the Lord called this woman a bitch. You want to go to that count. It says, "And she said, Truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table."
So when he assaulted her, she humbled down even more, man. You know, because the brother called her a Canaanite woman. Why? Because that's how she was living. She was an Israelite foreigner. She was living in the mind of a Gentile. This is actually an Israelite woman. And in Sirach says what? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. So the Lord called her a dog. And what did she do? She humbled herself down. You see? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 28. "Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt."
Right. So what? She showed her shame. A shame-faced woman, man. She knew that she was living according to a manner of a Gentile, so she humbled herself down and said, "Oh Lord, even the dogs." You see?
And she didn't get thwarted by the rough speech.
Yep.
You know, and that's the thing that these Edomites and these other females, they get so mad that a man's being rough. Man, we're fucking lions, man. We're not no goddamn pussycats. So you might walk up to me now. If you walk up to pet a lion and he's actually tame, is he gonna say meow or he's still gonna say roar? He's still gonna say roar. He's just not gonna bite your ass. All right. So you can't quiet a lion, man. Go ahead.
Even Yahushua was he even described himself as an austere man, and austere is talking about being rude, being rough. All right. We were supposed to be like the Lord, man. All right. So we speak rough from time to time. All right. That's spare not. Scripture say, "Spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet." All right. Now back at this Matthew 15 and 28, it says, "Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith, but it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour." Right? So she got her blessing. Her daughter got healed as she asked. Why? Because she was humble. After all these scriptures we read about being humble, being meek, all right, being low. A woman's supposed to be lowly, man. Sweet.
So is the man. And we all supposed to be humble and lowly. Right? But the difference is the woman's job is to be humble and lowly under that man. And that Most High will give that man the fire to, when he needs to get that fire, to do what? Judgment, rebuke, to defend, to protect the gospel and his family. It's just order. It's two different beings. All right? I'm going to end on this. It's Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? Man, Solomon said he went through 1,000, couldn't find one. So he had to go through a whole bunch of them. For her price is far above rubies. It's more precious to find a righteous woman than it is to find a righteous man. Because it's easier to find a righteous man than to find a righteous woman. So you women, you better be fighting for that preciousness. All right? The heart of her husband, the mind of her husband, does safely trust in her so that he shall have no need of spoil. Who can say that? What man can say, "Oh, I trust my wife implicitly"? You know, that I already know she's going to be on point with you. How about Shem Yahushua and me and the doctrine of the Most High? Okay. She will not do him. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So what woman is actually looking the way to do him good? Well, let me do this for that. Let me do that. Not railing back and forth, not arguing back and forth, not snapping back and forth, but sitting there saying, "Okay, baby, I'm going to humble down to you. No, okay, baby, no, it's your baby, you. Baby, you." Now, what would a righteous man do if a woman always said, "No, baby, whatever you want to do. Hey, baby, no, whatever you want to do. Now, baby," he'll be like, "No, baby, no, what you want to do today?" Because you always saying what I want to do. "No, baby, what you want to do? You want me to go take you? Okay, we'll go ahead and go into the signature room, and I'm going to go ahead and go spend $150 on you today because you know what? You've been a beautiful woman to me." A man will be compelled to do that by the Spirit because the Most High makes us be righteous to give righteous rewards to the righteous. So you want the goddamn, the fine-ass outfit or the special-ass this or the special-ass trip or the special-ass that, be special to your man. He'll do it for you. That's why Paul cautioned the men. He that when you get a woman, you start to go do things for that woman. And you start putting that woman over the Lord, which is going off. But if a righteous man and righteous balance will learn how to righteously reward his woman for the righteous things that she does for him and her household. Okay? She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. So she does whatever, what'd you say? She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her. What's that? Putting the clothes together, doing the wifely duty, cooking, cleaning, helping, supporting, raising the kids. All right? She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar.
Yeah. Hey, whatever needed, man. Hey, because the man might be a perfect example in the book of Tobit. Tobit got blinded where he couldn't go out and work. So guess what his woman did? His woman went out and did women's work to support them, man. Right. And she supported her man that way, man.
That's right. Versus saying, I was watching a little show yesterday, and Forrest Whitaker character was like the end of the world.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I'm just only asking you need this money because your woman had to help you out and pay your bills when you didn't have go out the bam, and used it as a diss to him and try to slight the guy. And the guy was like, look, I ain't never asked for shit. You know what I'm saying? That's her job to take care of him if he falls. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yep.
She rises also while it is yet night and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. So who's up at 5 or 6 in the morning getting a meal prepared for the day because there's a big function going on for the brotherhood, man? A righteous woman. Okay? And I would say this, sometimes my wife has done that. There's been times when my wife has cooked and said, hey, brother, you want to play? You got to play. Who wants this? What the bam? All right? But the problem is that sometimes they don't stay on that track. They fall off. And when they fall off, we have to cuss their ass out and then pray to the Lord to put the spirit on them to get back on. Because without that spirit, they're going to go stay off. Without the Lord's spirit, all people will be off. But if we're focusing on a particular group of people, then that's what we're focusing on. Right now, we're focusing on the righteous woman. There are righteous women out there. Okay? All right? I'm going to end it with, I'm going to just read a little bit more. Because you all can read this. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump down. 21. She is not afraid of the snow, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. So she's not going to let the elements stop her. She's not going to let any impediment stop her from doing the will of the Lord. Verse 23. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. Most of these women that are going to get saved are the men of the Lord's women. Because they're dealing with the men of the Lord. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. That's why we tell you that a righteous woman needs a righteous man. All right? It's not going to be a whole lot of these bitches being saved, Pookie and them, because the scripture says a wicked woman is allotted to a wicked man. All right? Does not mean that a wicked woman can't be given to a righteous man. Was not Job woman going the fuck off, telling him to curse the Lord and die?
Okay.
But guess what? For the majority of wicked women are given to wicked men. All right? Verse 25, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. So it's not time for rejoicing now, but when the Lord comes back and give us that reckoning down the line. All right? She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She's not always talking shit. She's giving words. She's supporting me. No, baby, you can do it. No, baby, go ahead on and go out there and do your show. Baby, no, baby, go out there. I got your back. No, don't worry about this. I got you. All right? She looketh well to the ways of her household and eateth not the bread of idleness. She's not hitting at the streets, running the streets, and bullshitting in this world today. All right? There's so many more. Like I said, I want to go through the whole thing. But read. Go ahead.
Bible, Shaka, you read verse 30?
I will. And that's the spirit. I was here 29 and 30. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised.
So you're going to get praise if you fear the Lord. You fear the Lord and you obey the scriptures the way they have been written. Like we read, man, be modest, dress in modest apparel, be discreet, be honorable to your husband. All right? And you're going to get your praise. All right? Because you're going to get saved. All right? You'll get saved out of here if you do these instructions. All right? A woman has a role to play. A man has a role to play. You do that, and you'll get mercy from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
And now, what time is it you see right now?
Well, that's 443 right there.
Okay, it is about. So it's about to be what? 444.
444.
Right? What's 444 represent?
Mercy.
All right. Now we're gonna end on mercy, be the spirit of power, y'all. Hope about you outside, because that's what we all hoping for. The men of the Lord are hoping for mercy, and the women of the Lord should be hoping for mercy. And if you follow Yahweh Shem Yahushai in spirit and in truth, and trust in that man of the Lord that the Most High is giving you, you will. Here's 444. It was said, a righteous woman of virtue is priceless, and that's very true. Okay, it's very, very priceless. So you hope and pray that the Most High, continues to build us up and build up our women up, and so we can get the fuck up out of here on the first go round. So hopefully this has been edifying. You women, trust the Lord and trust in your man, and be obedient to these scriptures, and you have